This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday morning, the 8th of March. James Spann here. Warmer weather is the headline this week, and also some rain returning to the state. Let's take a look at some of the images around the network early this morning. First off, coming from Tuscaloosa, looking east from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. Most folks are in the 30s this morning. How about the newest Skycam on the network? Nice view there of the courthouse in downtown Fayette. It's going to be a great camera scene there for all of the active weather we have over northwest Alabama. And the Birmingham Metro, that's the 280 view this morning from the Inverness Skycam on top of the Wingate Inn. Hardly anybody out there at 5:06 a.m. when this was captured, but don't worry, we all know that's going to change later. All right, there you go. We've got the next trough out in the southwest United States. Underneath that, the subtropical jet stream and general ridging going on, so no doubt today could be our warmest day so far this year, this afternoon. In fact, look at the numbers around the nation. That freeze line, the red line, is way up north. A couple of spots are near freezing around here. We note that Anniston is at 32, and that's colder than places like Bismarck, North Dakota. And you got 50s back into Texas. Here's a look at our numbers. There's that 32 in Anniston, one of the colder spots in the nation. Birmingham at 37, Tuscaloosa at 35. And really, despite the fact that this is March, the weather is pretty quiet around the nation. Not many advisories out there. Just a handful of winter weather advisories for the Rockies and a flood watch up for parts of Nebraska. But the weather should turn wet this week. There's a look at the precipitation for the next 5 days, valid through Friday evening at 6 o'clock. And this is showing the bullseye at Dothan, Alabama. A little over 3 inches there, with amounts potentially close to 2 inches for the rest of the state. And the showers should begin tomorrow, as you'll see. In terms of severe weather, this is the day 2 outlook. This is for tomorrow. Low-end probabilities, and again, this is not even warranting a slight risk off to the west. And then on Wednesday, there is a slight risk of severe weather, which is the standard risk, running from around Canton, Texas, down to about Biloxi, Mississippi. That would include Jackson and Shreveport and Monroe and Little Rock and places like that. And again, the severe weather odds for us this week for now look fairly small. We'll take a look at modeling. This is the 06C GFS at noon today. And again, this is at 500 millibars, about 18 to 19,000 feet up. There's your trough over the southwest, new trough coming into California, ridging over the east instead of troughing for a change, and that means a very comfortable day. We're talking low 70s today. Doesn't that sound good? And out there in the lee of the Rockies, there's that 1,000 millibar low near Trinidad, Colorado, with Texas going wet. Tomorrow, the low drifts east. It's not too far from Wichita, Kansas, and we are in a moist air mass with some lifting, so we should see showers tomorrow. I don't think it rains all day. I don't think the rain will be especially heavy, but it should rain on us at times. And it will be a day not as warm as today because of the clouds. The high tomorrow should be back in the low 60s. Now, Wednesday, here comes that new shortwave digging down into Texas as the lead wave weakens and moves north. Down below that, we've got a new surface low forming out there. We stay in a good southerly flow, and that's suggesting Wednesday will be another showery day, perhaps some type of MCS on the Gulf Coast. And if that does happen to be the case, that might cut us off, and maybe meaning the better rain on Wednesday would be over South Alabama, but I think there's no doubt we have to mention at least the chance of showers here on Wednesday. And then Thursday, the surface low drifts slowly northeast, and we get into a dry slot on Thursday. So, again, this run is suggesting that the rain and showers would be ending during the pre-dawn hours Thursday. The daytime hours on Thursday would be dry. And then we'll look at Friday. This big vortex begins to set up over the east, and that will mean a cooling trend later this week. And down below that, we are still dry slotted on Friday with the surface low north of us. Don't know if you can completely leave out the chance of rain on Friday. But again, that should be a fairly decent day. And again, no cold air involved. That could be a day if the sun's out with a high close to 70. And then Saturday, starting off the weekend, the surface low is northeast. Still some moisture north of us, but again, that looks like a relatively dry day. The high may be dropping to 60. And on Sunday, we've still got the vortex over the east. Down below that, some hint of moisture over North Alabama. But again, I just don't think that's going to be much of a big deal. So really, at this moment, based on this run, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looking relatively dry with a slow cooling trend. Highs over the weekend back around 60, but certainly nothing too bad. And then Monday of next week looks dry and temperature should be pretty close to average. 5 more days on the 20th. Look at that feature. Now, you see the ridge is pumped up over the western part of Canada, and that should allow some cold air to drop down into the country. And a vortex coming through here. Yeah, how about some March snow there, huh? Well, don't get too excited about that. But I think the message here, though, is that we are looking at a cooler period out there later this month. And on the 23rd, the flow is more zonal. That's suggesting maybe some rain in here, but nothing too serious in terms of cold weather. And there's the Arctic oscillation. You see it flips positive about now, and then it goes negative through mid-month. So that will probably mean a few cold snaps in through there, which is what you expect in March, but it does not go as strongly negative as what we saw back in the core of winter when things were so cold around here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.
Each day, there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.